Happy Sunday. How we doing? Hello, hello. Where are the Habits series? They shouldn't be available on Twitch. I know there's some on Kick. If you really want to see some of the live episodes, all the ones we do on Kick should be there. But otherwise, you'll have to catch it on YouTube. I suspect towards the end of this month, we'll start uploading them there. Probably to the middle slash end of the month. I reckon the series probably has like another 2 weeks in it. Definitely not more than the month of March, but yeah, maybe something like 2 to 2.5 weeks more in it at the most. Good question, Luther. Is he working here? We need to know. Hello, Trucker Johnny. A day off. We love to see it. Hello, Maro. Mike B. Hello, brother. Bobby Blocks. It's our boy. There he is. Big Sunday chill. Yeah, I wasn't streaming yesterday, Johnny. So that's my equivalent of your Sunday. I was watching some hockey and just chilling, honestly. Just chilling. Hello, Damien. I did not watch the UFC last night. I'm a pretty big UFC fan, but there were a bunch of hockey games that were on, and I was only really interested in the main pay-per-view, like the main fight. So didn't feel like it'd be worth it to get the card. I almost never play chess on my off days unless I'm preparing, like, unless it's like preparing an account maybe for a stream or a series, like let's say leveling up an account, because it's a bit mindless and it does take a lot of time. So sometimes I just do it on the phone while I'm doing other things. It's a good question, Eddie. I saw that the Leafs to win the cup were like plus 1,300 or something, and obviously Dallas just became almost the biggest contenders. You mean for what, Pro Kano? It's an answer to both sides of that, depending on what the context is. How are you, Eddie? Hello, G Madrid. Yeah, that's a good reminder. We have, I suppose, we do have a few prisoners to check on. So we have our guy Salty. He hasn't played in a couple days. Salty maybe. I don't think Salty has it like he used to have it. Just doesn't have that hunger. Salty's got the lady. He's moving on. Guy hasn't played in 3 days. It's healthy. I'm happy to see it. I'd rather see Salty healthy and banned. But I think he's been at this rating for a while. Then we have, I think it was it fish? $23.15 blitz. I think it was blitz that we were talking about. 2400 blitz for fish. Let's see. Yeah, he was at 23.52, I remember here. This was the end of March 5th, and then it looks like he had a rough set of games there. And then we got our very own G Madrid. Waiting for the gains. 459. I think this is up from, yeah, I was going to say low 400s last time I looked. You won your first game of the day. Congratulations. Congratulations. So it seems like the people that have rating goals might be locked up for a little while, honestly, looking at this. What are you in the slammer for, Tommy J? How bad was it? It's just some Marbolitos or what? Are you talking about a different time control, Maro? You're at 730? Did you gain like 200 points or something? 300 points? Yeah, 611 to 789. Holy fuck. I mean, I called it from the start. Maro was like 300. I was like, no, hang on a sec. I said it on stream. I was like, you guys got to buy Maro stock. You got to get it early. This guy's been playing a lot. I mean, let's not forget, March 5th, he was 449. Now he's mid 700s. 449 on March 5th. We probably, like, when was the last, so March 7th, 6th, 5th, we probably had him on stream and spectated a game. Got 100 points right there. That's crazy. Big win streak. Couple losses in there, but then boom, right here. This is insane again. 594 to basically 694. Another 100 right there. Another pretty nice win streak. Another pretty nice win streak. 765. 789. And then, you know, a little humbling for the guy. He's back down to 700. Probably his worst loss streak to date. But 789 on March 8th. 449. Holy smokes. Put on like 350 elo right there. That's nuts. Yeah, Maro was in the chat like, oh yeah, almost hit 800. I was like, what the fuck? I gotta look immediately. What is this? Pretty sure last time we watched him on stream, the guy was like playing habits at 400. I was like, what the f? Maro definitely is our most improved circler. I don't think it's close. As soon as I saw Maro playing at 300, yeah. Had the account since 2022, just a perennial 2023, just a perennial 400, a bulleter. Looks like he basically started in the new year, but he's playing mostly rapid. So all rapid, rapid. A few random games in here, rapid, rapid. Bug house. Bug house. That's when you know you're off the wagon. Bug house, bullet, bullet, rapid. Because we started habits on February 10th, I think. So he didn't even find, or he was playing rapid mostly. Because there has to be a moment when I think he was like not in there initially. Because rapid is not what he would be playing. Damn. Go Maro. Oh, we still got some bug house here from the lad. It's crazy. Tons of rapid. Those games are long, man. It must have been around here. Maro all of a sudden playing a 5 minute game. That puts him at, basically 1.5 weeks. Puts him pretty much 1.5 weeks into the circle from the first 5 minute game that I see here. And it definitely was this game because I remember it. It was this checkmate here, and yeah. As soon as I saw this game at 300 from the guy, in general, it was a good game. Like, he played Knight A5, anti-habits, but I remembered the game. I was like, nah, Knight A5 is actually a good move, so you're going to get a bad habit score here. But, and then we had this mate here for a while. I could tell as soon as we saw this. There was some good advice to buy the Maro stock at this point. So there you go. February 26th, 381. Fast forward to today. $730. Go Maro. Yeah, 1K bullets, nice for sure. It's a very helpful skill. So he's going for 1K in every category, surely. 1K bullet, 1K rapid. Now it's 1K blitz. got to be 4 digits everywhere. Oh, catching up here, Tommy. Serious transgression. Marvel's no show. Oof. That's a tough one. Let's see here. What's the kick user, Tommy? Yo, a deserved ban for sure. Welcome in for 17 months with Prime. The Counselor. Hello, Nerlin. Unbanned for your habits transgressions. I don't think it's been correct for a couple weeks, G Madrid. Look at Maro. He's 730 and it says his highest is 595. It's been I don't know. Very, very strange thing. It's been broken for like 2 to 3 weeks. No, we're not building habits today, Jack. Keep that for the weekdays. So we're straight back into it tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Aho. That's a good point. I don't know when that was, but it feels like a couple weeks now. I don't think that's the right username, Tommy Salami. I'm gonna write it down. This high rating thing. Today you're focused on slowing down, looking at what your opponent is doing. That's a fantastic idea. Slowing down. I see Tommy Salami. But Tommy, was this from a was this from a streak of sorry, was this from a race that I was hosting? It's not sounding familiar to me. Ah, okay. Makes sense. I was like, it does happen that I've definitely totally like forgot a username before. It wouldn't be like unheard of, but I keep a I keep a fairly reasonable ledger, and I was like, I don't have you here, so let me investigate. You're still serving ban. Okay, it's from the Chiefs marbles. Yeah, yeah. Always risk a lifetime ban in those ones. it's always possible, G Madrid, that there's some guys cheating at 400 elo, but it's always a good reminder because um, usually the lower rated you are, the worse you are at picking out cheaters. Like at that point, you're not good enough to know what a good move is. Basically, at 400 elo, if you have an idea and your opponent plays a move that stops that idea every time you have an idea, you probably think they're cheating. But first of all, your idea probably sucks. And second of all, their idea that stops your idea probably sucks as well. So I imagine that's like 50% of it. And then there'll always be those games where you review it after and it's crazy. You know, it's 90, 95 plus, like absolutely killing it. But then it's like, well, you played such a bad game that it's so easy to play a good game against you because you're just hanging all your stuff. So then that's probably like, the other 30%. And then there's probably, yeah, like 10, 20%, little bit of something going on there for real. Three, Jesus himself, 3 new marbles maps. Holy. All right, be honest, Jesus himself, how do you rank him? How do you rank him? Is the first one still the best one? Still the best one, the OG? That's crazy. So there's 3 total new Chessbra marbles maps. Yeah, it's been nice and quiet here, Eddie. Have you been enjoying the blissful silence? When's the next sub battle against Blitzstream? That I don't know. That I don't know. But we always have one once in a while. That haven't been going well for us lately. Now that we've got habits in here, it's not a bad time. Chessbra stock might be at an all-time high. Dan, Jesus himself, we got to make sure to price your work accordingly. Make sure that people are paying top dollar for these new tracks. That's nuts. I'm very excited to see. Well, there you go. We have new marbles tracks, which means, as usual, 10 subs for marbles and 5 to make sure we're on these brand new tracks. I'm excited. I hope we get to roll the stones at some point today. We got a guy out here making Chessbra custom tracks. Okay? That's where we're at. That's crazy. Thanks, Hashgold TV. What is that? 8 months with Prime. Philidor. Okay, great. There's another episode tomorrow, Hashgold. Glad you've been enjoying. It's a nice, easy system to play. It won't make you the absolute best player, like, past 2200, for example. You gotta probably switch up your opening, but it is a great one to start out with. You made a habit song. Interesting. Can I check your account on chess.com? No. Dubov. I forgot. Is that match over? This Dubov Hans. match? Did that just last like 1 or 2 days or whatever it was? Who won? Most important questions. Dubov by 1 game. I feel like that's a pretty good result for both, maybe? I'm not sure. Nice and safe here. We have rook e1, so he couldn't do anything about that. We have bishop here. It's so weird how when you have like different tabs open, they all count as like an active game. It sounds like there's duplicate games happening. Hmm. So we have this. Well, chess fish, I think that's been talked about a few times, right? This Netflix thing that's coming out on that subject. Hmm. I think here we can go here. And we have this. With this. Not gonna have enough time, unfortunately. Only 1 second is. I need a little bit more than that. I did get a little bit lucky though. He put his king on e2, so we had an outside chance. Sadly, it didn't quite work. But yeah, if he puts the king in the middle, it's impossible. Hobbit Gamer, thanks for the 70 months. As we know, the most important reset in chess. Anyone continuing after 69 months is here for the long haul. The struggle of playing opponents on chess.com continues. Can never find an opponent. When you do, it's like the guy's in here to get a draw, and as soon as he gets a draw, he like changes his name and gets a new passport and leaves the country. Never to be seen again. Is there a possibility for one game? Absolutely. There is a possibility. It's extremely low, but the possibility is there. We do it as well, ever ready. So we are very technically on EDT. Right now, pretty sure. Eastern Daylight Time. Hello, Timmy 2 time. Pierre, 15 months. Pierre Abelard. Welcome in, Pierre. No habits today, Pierre, but we were looking at some success stories. Habits, success stories. Not a high rating here. You will believe. I respect that. That's right, G Madrid. But it's helpful because, I do enough streams and schedule enough events that I've definitely had the confusing, like, what time is it for me and for them? Like, especially in Europe, there's like, what is it, like a week or 2 week period where things are desynced. So it's very like very unusual. Some people are in like EDT, some are in like EST, some like don't observe it. It's yeah. So over the many years I've been streaming, I've definitely accidentally scheduled events with people at like a certain time. It falls over this exact week, and it's annoying. Play some rapid, dude. Can't you see me spawning in here? I'm trying. As soon as we got here, our opponent just left. We've played before? Probably not in rapid, though. Yeah, just blitz. Ages ago, though. Back in 2021. I'd be happy to teach you that, Eddie. You're just afraid you're gonna like it, buddy. It's like why some people, they don't gamble because they know that if they started, they might enjoy it, And I think you're afraid. You're afraid of that realization. So you'd rather not face the music. That's just weird, G Madrid. Yeah, that's too much. I can't keep up with that. Have you, Eddie? In your storied past, in your illustrious youth, Evans Gambit for 4 years. D Merc. Are you a Evans Gambit? Are you a dirty Canon enjoyer? Have you been playing the Evans before the Canon was even here? So what kind of gambling are we talking about, Eddie? Bets between people, like between friends, Vegas type of gambling, sports betting type of gambling. Yeah, but I bet you like winning it, ever ready. I bet you like getting paid. The latest one, Maro. I mean, it's kind of an old one, but yeah, I don't mind it. We have a few of those types, as you know, because the was it the rook checkmate or queen checkmate vid or whatever? Not vid, but what happened on stream could be a video for sure. Start my next match, dude. I'm out here. So far, I've tried to play a 1 minute game. Guy played 2 games, and then as soon as he got a draw, he left. I've tried to play multiple rapid games. I showed up and they just left. So it's something you have to just deal with, Craig, when you're as low rated as yourself. You get a game instantly. You don't have any issues. Yeah, the horse racing track. Should have known. Should have known, Eddie. That's where it's at. Okay. I think maybe this is a doctor. Could be. Could be a doctor. Call Dania to play me. Oh, he definitely would. Yeah. But as we know, if you don't if you're not willing to beat me 20-0 when I'm low rated and irrelevant, then you don't deserve me don't deserve to beat me 20-0 when I'm high rated and juicy. Hmm. Hmm. I miss it too, Sat. I miss it too. Yeah, this was a this was what. This was the comment on the YouTube video. I was like, hope it's there all the time. Wow, Eddie, a storied life, as expected. Go Eddie. Let's take this. 17. Thank you, Pandas. D Merc for 49. Pandas for 17. We have this. Trade the queens or something. Our game is not that impressive right now, that's for sure. I would jack, but this game's not very interesting, unfortunately. Sat, that's what the stream is, man. That's why we started streaming. We started streaming because we're in dire financial straits. This whole thing is a GoFundMe. What does work mean, J3? Why does it not work? Like, what does work mean? It's playable. You can go there. It looks like it works to me. How do I stop him from taking my knight? Well, hopefully I don't stop him from taking my knight. That would be terrible. It'd be an awful mistake. Got to make sure we don't stop him. Now, taking here is never any good because the knight just hops into a square where it can fork. So definitely going to just take back and maybe try to use the open files here. Any cheaters lately? We haven't been playing that much rapid. I feel like that's where they're all hiding. Okay, king d7. He knows that the queens are going to be traded, which is why he's so comfortable moving his king like this. I would have still assumed king e7 makes more sense to defend the pawn. Something about this doesn't feel like it's on the right square. It's just, something feels off about it. Feel like this is a smart move to start with. You know, make the guy play g6. Should always be useful, so why not? How's this one? It does force him to take. The knight will have to move somewhere. But do I really want to do this with my pawns like that? Just gotta be A little careful of some of the squares as a result. Yeah, I don't feel totally comfortable with that. I think this is probably the best move on the according to the engine, but something doesn't quite feel right. And maybe it should. I think here and here is probably a reasonable idea. Yeah. Well, maybe we can give it a try. I feel that this is a little bit out of my style to continue like this, because it's much easier to just leave the pawns on dark squares, and you have a light squared bishop, you know you're good. But once in a while, I like to test myself. Because it's difficult. Chess is an objective game. So if you're really getting a feeling that a certain move is the best move, even if it's not in your style, it's such a difficult decision. You're like, well, I feel this should be the best move, so I'm going to do it. Um, but then you have to follow up that best move with the correct idea. And if the position doesn't feel like one that you're going to enjoy, then you're probably not going to follow it up correctly. So a lot of times you'll see players choose not to make what is very likely the correct decision because the follow up is not natural to them. So they'd rather keep it towards a position that they do know. I think our king has to move up here at some point, like at some point now. I mean, this knight's going to show up here. A3 is probably needed. Rook here, bishop out somewhere. The knight's kind of awkwardly placed, honestly. Like, this is annoying enough. I don't think we want to go there. Reasonable move, but I think probably not ideal. Definitely don't want to take. And yeah, this knight b4 move looks annoying enough. Like, can't really play rook c1, knight a2. So thought a3 was almost necessary. So we have knight here, which will very likely get that move out. I don't think I mind that. It's unfortunate that it's another knight move. That I don't really care for. I still think it's reasonable, though. The knight here it's not really doing anything, so don't mind spending a move on that. Never would want to move this pawn at all. The e-pawn should stay there. So I think we actually want to do this, b6, and gain some time, like, developing. The thing that sucks about this is I no longer have this nice bishop h3 option in the future. But I feel like the rooks need to connect at this point. Is a very, very solid position. This is often a position I would say I have with the black pieces. So this game is a big test for me because I constantly look at my opponent's position. I'm like, but that looks pretty solid. I wouldn't mind that position. And if things close up, even though my pawns are on the right color for my bishop, it's still closed position, which favors the knights. So he's definitely weighing whether he wants to weaken light squares in order to stop knight c5 right now. Because I don't think it's necessary. You could probably deal with that knight, but the knight looks kind of annoying. Phenom Monkey 103. Welcome back, Phenom Monkey. How are you, man? 103 months. Yeah, so he's once again just planning that. This bishop needs to get moving. I think we actually don't mind this. I don't know. A6 maybe it's not a problem. Let's try it. I think he's going to tuck the king back there. That's his plan. I can't tell in the future if a6 will be good or bad. My thought is that with the knight here, you want to play b6. And so if you play a6, it's harder to play b6. He'll probably end up playing both of them and it won't matter. Wow, okay, he goes this way. Didn't expect that. So this pawn really should never move. Wonder if this is going to be a move soon. I think I need to get a rook into the middle of the board, or we're going to be in a bad spot. I do want to throw this pawn up there. I think that he'll play h5. Okay. So obviously we're in big trouble if this pawn ever moves, but we can't move it. We're not going to. Yeah, if we move this, we're just toasted. So hopefully that doesn't happen. These positions are always tough. It's like closed. I do feel like the engine is appreciating white's position here, but it's not very natural to play. I can never move the f pawn because this pawn will get taken and we lose both of those squares. So I think this basically has to stay exactly like that for the rest of the game. Okay, he goes there. A little bit of a weird move. Let's jump in here just because it looks like, I mean, he's walking back into a pin. That can straight up never be smart. So let's immediately go here. See how he reacts. It's probably just going to go there, honestly. Takes, bishop takes. It's not really working due to that pawn down there. Okay, so yeah, there is this, but again, it doesn't quite do what we want. I don't know about b4, but I will play it. Time's getting a little low. There's all sorts of moves I expect from black here. Yeah, knight takes b7 just looks like it trades everything, and then my b pawn hangs. So I wasn't a big fan of that. Let's do this. The interesting thing is if we trade everything, I'm not sure how bad the endgame is. I wish I had knight b7, some sort of trick there, but I'm not seeing it. We have bishop e8, which is going to win a lot of positions, so he obviously has to keep it defended. At least these pawns are all on light squares. But knights in general are... Okay, I just finished saying bishop e8 wins the game. Very, very weird to allow that. I don't know what the hell he's doing. That's just an insane move. We have knight e5 coming, knight f4. Game should be pretty much over. At this point, can we just trade every piece? We have double pawns, so it could be a little bit odd. Now let's just take this and keep it simple. Maybe this. Should have gone there. Annoying by me. Very annoying. Unnecessary, this. Unnecessary. Do we get a little bit lucky that his knight is trapped? Think we get a little bit lucky. He has to take, yeah. Probably king e2 here. He might go king c3, but then we can draw with king e3. Not so clear anymore. At that point, I decided to just flag him. I don't know why he was taking so long. So unlucky here. Yeah, we really just need some kind of bishop h7 move just to cover all the knight options. Or we could just take this pawn and the game ends. So time was a little unfortunate. This should win, and like the fact of the matter is I'm sure this is winning, but it's going to be winning by a very weird answer. And as expected, the answer is slightly weird. Yeah. Okay, a4 is necessary. That makes sense. And then I guess just walk over and hope things work out. But with double pawns, it's possible that it's a draw. So I think this made the most sense. Yeah. I think we made the right call here. b5 is actually winning for white, but obviously with 4 seconds, we didn't have enough time. But flagging with 48 seconds against 4 is really insane. I mean, this is what we call unacceptable. You can't flag that. It's just you can't. You can lose the game. You can lose a lot of ways, but flagging this game, I think, is not acceptable. You can lose here, but I feel like getting flagged is too crazy. Well, no, Eddie. I played King D1 because I saw he was low on time, so I was like, well, I can just win the game as long as I don't get in a situation where he could draw, because he played King here, and well, to be honest, we can just go like this because if he plays King C2, we can play King E3 and then just make a draw. And if he plays this, then we could play King D1. So I thought at this point the objective evaluation was a draw, but his time, I didn't understand. He was taking so long. I was like, well, let's just play this so he can't queen, and then we'll guarantee flag him. I couldn't believe we were flagging him at this point. But yeah, it's a shame because the game kind of turns here. It's completely, I would say, even, but maybe some outside chances, some threats on this pawn. King c7 is just insane. So yeah, shame to not win this comfortably, but we kind of panicked here, and there's a lot of good moves, but the simplest is just to take. I was worried about losing this, but I mean, if we get this pawn, that should be pretty comfortable. GG. Thank you, super awesome, for the gifted sub. And Wasabi Cashew, 32 months. Welcome back in. I had some long resubs today. Phenom joining us again. Oh. Lucky for sure. I mean, we were definitely lucky that we had f6. I definitely saw that we were blundering our bishop here, but the thing is, if I save the bishop, it's almost worse because he's going to take here. He's going to have a knight. We're going to flag for sure if he has a knight jumping around. So I'd almost rather be in this position. And yeah, it works out, actually. Interesting move would have been b5 here, but I would have found this easily if I had more time. But no shot I'm playing b5 here, but it's the most accurate because the knight's trapped anyway. So this move just kills the waiting moves over there, and then we'll win easily even if he sacks. But I don't think I had the bandwidth to play b5. That would have been some beads ass move. The problem with this is that this is just a draw. So yeah, we need the waiting moves here. Bam Deezy, 5 years tier 3. Welcome back in, Bam. Thank you to Bam Deezy. It is wild. 5 years. Where does that take us? 2020. Good times. Does it bother me to lose the position because of flagging? Of course it does. I mean, this is the difference between you and me, Eddie. You might lose this position and feel good about yourself because white was winning it earlier, and in general it was a good endgame and misplayed by the opponent. But I would win the position and feel the exact same way. So the same way that you don't feel bad about losing the game because you knew it was winning and it was a good game, I don't feel bad about flagging the guy because I know that I played the better game. You know what I mean? So we're both just we're both just ignoring something because of some other thing. But the difference is that I'm winning the game and you're losing the game. So we both know that white played the better game here. We both know that white deserved the win and played the better end game. And so if that's all true, why don't I flag the guy? I don't need to sit here and just lose the game on time. He doesn't deserve that. We played the better game. We deserve the win. At the end, it's just everything. Every game's going to turn into nonsense at the end. So I'd rather be on the good side of the nonsense. Mm-hmm. No, it's less about time being part of the game. It's more that this guy didn't play well. So, I would feel bad if he got the win. I would. He definitely had great chances to get it as well. But, it's never a good feeling when you feel like start to finish your opponent wasn't really pushing for a win, wasn't really better, and yet time makes fools out of all of us. Time trouble rather. So, don't feel bad about that at all. I would feel worse, and by the way, I would still take the win, but I would feel worse if I played the worst game, I got outplayed, and then at the end, I'm the one who's going for the win on time. Because then I'm like, I have to admit, I'm a dirty flagger at this point. I haven't played a great game. Well, I'll still take the win, of course. Time's part of the game, but this isn't about time being part of the game. This is just equitable. We played the better game. Let's not be the fool who takes the L at the end. No need. We deserve the dub. I did not skate Ibarra. That sounds crazy. Yeah, that sounds impressive. But the kids are definitely capable. So I agree with that, Musty. I'll take a dirty win over a clean defeat any day, whereas I think Eddie would differ from that. And I understand that's a fair debate. It's like I would rather play a good game and lose than play a bad game and win for your overall chess improvement. I fully agree with that. It's a tough thing to get around. Some people might value the elo more, but I'd rather play a good game and lose than play a bad game and win, especially in the long run. But I didn't play a bad game. I played a good game. So I'd still like the win. I don't feel bad for a second flagging someone at the end of a good game that I played. Don't think twice about it. Isn't that a loser's mentality? I don't think so. I think if you're playing a objective good game and you're losing, you can feel pretty happy about your chess, right? If you're losing, it's because of other things. It means you need to work on your time management, maybe your decision making. Like there's other things to look at, but I'd feel pretty good, right? At the end of the day, you're studying chess. You played a good chess game. You have to be pretty happy with your chess. If I'm spending all my days studying chess, I go and play a chess game and I don't play well, but I win the game. I'm definitely not going to be that happy. I'll be happy to see my rating going up, but that's mostly online, right? If that happens over the board, your rating's not going to be going up. Wait, are you playing, Eddie? You say you're checking the standings like you're at the tournament right now. Oh, you're checking on Timmy. Got it. Yes. Jim Howitzer. I should have crushed 2400 more than this. I don't agree at all. That's not how ratings work. 2400s can beat me. There's no guarantee we should be crushing a 2400. Not at all. This is rapid ratings as well. It's like nonsense rating. Anyone could be any strength, I feel. We're waiting, Jesus himself. We're waiting. I'm excited to get the marbles on the track. Not ever, Alexi. I think it's one of the worst things you can do. Doesn't serve you well for any type of improvement, I think. And there's enough players online. If you just join the pool, you'll basically be doing that anyway. So no one will say anything, Eddie. It'll be our secret here on this live stream. Yeah, playing against the computer is just not interesting though. Like I said, it happens in like, you know, 20% of the games I play on chess.com anyway, so no need to seek it out. But Old Mill, your marbles running hot lately. I understand why you're interested. I understand why you're interested. The people all want the marbles on the track. I get it. Everyone's got to collect their cut. We have Jesus himself. He made a couple new tracks. I'm excited to try them. Will that be the Sunday vibes? 1600, very good. 1600 bullet. I feel like if you're 1600 bullet, you can afford yourself pretty well in time scrambles. It could be Bruin, no facts. It could indeed be Bruin. Yeah, this is bullet though, Bob Ross. If anything, we're down from today. So it's probably not good. This is only +2. Not ideal. It's just not worth it. Oh. This was a very, very poor move. All we had to do was take. For some reason, I thought here we could take this, but it's just not the case at all. Is this guy good? Sometimes it'd be like that in bullet. You have like a bad position, so you just kind of like just chuck your pieces. I don't know. It's just what you do. I guess this could have been taken there. Let's just go here. Yeah, a4 is definitely on offer. It's too risky. Maybe c5. There was an 81 as well. No, let's block this. Yeah. What a blunder. Thanks for the new prime. Circus leaves town. We might need c4 here. Let's see what he does. No, okay. Weird to just give me that for free. I mean, I wouldn't have resigned it, but I can understand it. It was a pretty rough position. Okay, we're pretty far behind on time here. I think we want to take this. I had to make sure I took those pawns. It's possible we could have tried to play for a win, but then I have to not take the pawns and just hope that my pre-moves catch his king moves, but I think that's much more risky. Queen A1, hit the A pawn here. So C6. I'm not sure why we didn't play that, but it's okay. I think we go for the full offense idea here. How do we do this? Yeah, I think this should be enough. We had mate on G7 if the bishop moved, and if the bishop didn't move, we had the mate we had in the game. Knight's pretty strong here. Maybe we want to put our king here. So if we trap the king in here, do we just win? He can try this, which is a stalemate. Yeah. It was a nice stalemate try, but luckily, see, the thing is, we noticed the stalemate attempt before he did it, so it didn't come as a surprise. Whereas even something as small as just not noticing it, and then it happens and you realize it can just cost you a lot of time, or panic can set in. So I feel like we did the right thing there. Let's go here. Knight's on it. Knight on a6 looks terrible. Okay, I don't think that move is good. I think we can put a knight on b4 here. This knight here to keep the king. Discard this pawn. I don't know if he realizes what's happening, but knight b4 should be a big deal. Okay, oof. Do we want to go there? I might have to go back and put a knight there. Just annoy him. This looks like a nothing game. Thanks, Dirty Dog 61, 70 months. See, the weird thing about games like this is that, like, we were just going to make a draw. Let's not forget who went on the offense here. It wasn't me, right? I mean, I'm basically ready to make a draw here. All of a sudden, what does he do? He plays this move. Why does he play that move? Why, you have to ask yourself. That's because our little friend here thinks he can win. I'm shuffling pieces, he's shuffling pieces. We're going to hit 50 moves, no problem. Guy gets a little excited. Sorry, bud. The war is on now. You're going to move a pawn to reset the 50 move rule? I think that you're up a couple seconds. Good luck. All of a sudden, I'm playing to win now. Thank you, Magneto Nakamura. I can tell you with total honesty that due to that 100 bits, the chances of you getting a game are now higher than they were before. Thank you, Magneto. The guy played e4. I mean, he's looking to win now. That's fine. So here's his problem. Everyone needs to be educated here. At this point, I can't pre-move. Not reliably. I could pre-move a bit more reliably with my pieces here, which I kind of did. But I can't pre-move here. Why can I not pre-move here? Because these are possible. If I pre-move this, who knows if he's going to play this? Who knows if he's going to play this? He definitely could. I don't really care about this, and I don't really care about this. So there's no pawn moves, but it's really these random bishop moves that could happen. So I'm not pre-moving. You can tell it's like basically 0.3 or 0.4 off the clock every move. Then this happens. Okay. All of a sudden, we can pre-move. He no longer has this. He no longer has this. Now I can pre-move. It's him, however, who should be careful of pre-moving. So if I see my opponent pre-moving here, I'm probably going to play bishop takes a4. Or I'm going to play b5. I'm going to play a move that punishes pre-moves because now he can't pre-move. He has to watch out for stuff. Previously, I did. Now, you could say also previously he did as well, so maybe it's 50-50. Now, he needs to be careful. What he should do, at the bare minimum, is put the bishop here. That way, at least I have to give some consideration to bishop takes e6 at some point this game. At some point. What does he do? He leaves his bishop here, and then he starts pre-moving. But he can't pre-move safely here. He's threatening nothing, and I'm threatening this. So, really, and you see his moves. They're not all pre-moves. My moves are all pre-moves. He's not threatening anything. So, I can pre-move like crazy here. He no longer can. He has to be worried about bishop takes a4. And the sick part is that I can play bishop takes a4, and it doesn't even risk anything. Because after he takes back, it's still a draw. Because he can't actually break through. So I have a risk-free move to play. And he's not even putting his bishop on this square. So that he's threatening something. That would cause me to maybe at some point second guess myself and be like, oh shit, I got to be careful of that. Nope. I got to be careful of nothing. He's threatening nothing. At least put your bishop here so that I'm worried about this. Right now I'm worried about nothing. And I can see him pre-moving, and I know that he shouldn't be. Because if I had white's position here, I would be a little nervous about pre-moving because of this. So if I see him just pre-moving with me, of course I'm going to insert this move because the likelihood that he's going to randomly stop pre-moving is super low. And he's not threatening anything in my position, so I can pre-move forever and just throw this move in when I want to. Now, a safer pre-move would have been this because it was risk-free, but I was just reading the room. This guy was pre-moving nonstop. Okay, it's time for this. And of course, this move is irrelevant for him because if he sneaks this move in fact, it might lose him the game. If he plays this and this, it actually makes it harder for him. And he's not threatening anything if he takes. But for me, I'm threatening to win. All of a sudden, the game's over. But he had the upper hand here because my bishop had no diagonals. He had a couple pre-move threats. He goes and closes it off. All of a sudden, I can pre-move like no matter what. And I'm 12.6 to 15.8. Okay, after some pre-moves, we're obviously a lot closer. And by the time I make this move, I've already gained a decent amount of the time back. And he's pre-moving and he shouldn't be, so we get this. And now, obviously, he's just lost on the board, if not on pre-moves as well. You got to put your pieces in a position where you threaten the dirty move. You don't even need to play the dirty move, but you got to have your pieces somewhere where you could maybe play a dirty move. If you don't even threaten it, I don't have to worry about it. You don't even need to play it. You don't even need to admit to your opponent that you're a dirty player, but you have to threaten it. Scenic, thanks for the 58 months with Prime. Alate, welcome back for 8. Hello, hello. Well, the upside is much higher, Pandas. If I play bishop a4, sure, I'm not risking anything. But then if he takes me, I have a very good chance to lose. Right? If I play bishop takes a4 and he catches it, on the board, I have no chance to lose. But it's going to be very difficult for me to pre-move because b5 is not that scary for him. It's not that scary for him, even if he misses it. Whereas if I miss bishop takes e6 in the right moment, I lose. So, yeah, it would be tougher to pre-move. Objectively, the smartest pre-moves would be to put the king on d7 and pre-move king c8, king d7. And just make sure that I don't blunder this. I'd have to miss 2 moves here, though. Because then if he sacks for this pawn, I would always be in check, so I wouldn't get caught by it. But this doesn't guarantee a win here. That's the thing. And I could still lose this position because he is the piece that I have to be careful of. Whereas this risks more, but even still, even if he took, like, I have a feeling I would get over here and be fine myself. Plus, I saw the guy was just pre-moving nonstop, so I used my experience in these positions. I mean, if the guy's pre-moving the last 20 moves, is he going to stop randomly here? Very low chance, right? Maybe he does, but even then, I think I'm okay. And if he doesn't, he loses the game. So very high upside, very low risk. Wow, 400 bits from Magneto. Our guy is not stopping. He's at 500. It's just our guy, Atharva, saying India won. And then we have Magneto with bits on bits. They're a dynamic duo right here. He's up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 bits. Very impressive. He's a sub due to Trucker Johnny. So many an improvement. Many an improvement. 500 bits should give you a small chance. It definitely does. He does have a small chance right now, a little checky. Yep. Who knows if that chance is going to materialize, but it's definitely there. And the chance is becoming more likely as the bits come in. Anything is possible. What did India win? Cricket? Go cricket. Tim, 37 months, tier 3. We were just talking about your tournament, Tim. How goes it? How goes it? 37 months, tier 3 from Tim Cannon, 25. True felon lately. Really been serving some time on Twitch, Kick, you name it. 3 out of 4 and playing for prizes at 4 o'clock. Okay. Okay. OTB Cannon. Oh, that's exciting, Johnny. Florida. Been there a few times now. Even even Eddie would no. No. Never mind, Tim. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Habits track. Magneto Nakamura. The bits are flowing. Is anyone keeping a total count? Little checky, are you tabbing these up? What are his chances like now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So $11. What do you mean one at a time? He is doing it one at a time. I think he's maximizing. No, we'll give him 11, G Madrid, surely. We're not unreasonable. You haven't been able to donate less than 100 bits for probably 5 years. More than that, almost since the beginning. We haven't allowed less than 100 bits for an extremely long time. Can't be processing 1 cent transactions here. We don't do that. So that's why I said I think he's maximizing. Mr. Magneto. First time here for our YouTuber. Tim has also been enjoying the YouTube vids. Go Tim. No doubt the quality of the YouTube vids is propelling Tim to his OTB chess result. Can't deny the correlation. Well, Nerlin, we're if we get the funds to start marbles, we have some marbles tracks which have just been created. They're new and they're chess bra themed, so we have some new official tracks to try. So you're saying, hey, is there a special treat somehow today? That there could be. There really could be. Do bits contribute to marbles? I will allow it. I will allow it. He'd have to state their contribution, though. Probably later this month, Tarnished. The first Habits release probably won't be in April. So it'll definitely be this month. Tim, focus on the games ahead. Focus on the games ahead. And we will check in. We will check in after. No need to be thinking about the opportunities missed. You're playing for big coin here, Tim. You're playing for big coin. G Madrid is making sure that people know those are marble subs. Marble subs right there. 10 from G Madrid. Tim, if you win that, you'll already be ahead of like most IMs in like, lifetime winnings. Certainly you'll be ahead in terms of lifetime profit. Thank you, G Madrid. Now, the question, of course, is Magneto putting his bits towards a potential Chessbrah track? Is he putting them towards it? Or does he want to maintain his 11% chance of a game position? You can choose Nerlin, but when it's in numbers like that, like 10, for example, you can't choose anymore. If you want to make sure a certain person gets a sub, you can do that, but it's usually one at a time then. Thank you, G Madrid. We most certainly are going to start marbles, but if we'd like to get on the Chessbrah tracks, it's going to be 5 subs. Are we going for our regular tracks, or are we going for something special right now? Let's fire up the marbles. Tim winning $900 from chess would be monumental, honestly. I definitely you can win more money as a low rated player, I think. $900 is a month's salary in your country. I can see it. I can see it. If you're from the country you said earlier, yep. That's right, pandas. I mean, putting us all to shame. Old Milwaukee says Chessbrah tracks. Like, let's not mess around here. Thank you, Old Mill. Maybe he feels he's gonna have good luck there. But Old Milwaukee and G Madrid combining. Thank you, gentlemen. And we're on Twitch, so it's a quick jump in. So we got to find our special tracks here. So what do we search here? I suppose we can just go here and find it. Let's see. Date. So it must be one of these recent ones. We have the Marble Gambit system. Oh, Brenda's Attacking Nightclub. Okay. Old Milwaukee, we're going to Brenda's nightclub. Lead the people on. We're going to Brenda's. Everyone is welcome into Brenda's here. Exclamation mark play. This is a brand new exclusive Chessbrah track. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Holy smokes. This is the greatest thing ever. A marbles track of the reset checkmate? Oi, oi, oi. This is the single greatest thing ever created. And a reminder for everyone here. Jesus himself. Is this the one you thought I might like the most? Now you got me wondering about the others.